No, he ran over here. He ran over it. He ran over these tiles to get to it. Ah. Oh, look, they've even got the little G.round logo on the side. That's really nice. I like that. Okay, cool. Right, what are we doing? Fucking. I saw screenshots and a little bit of gameplay, but I didn't actually realize it was a tower defense game, and now I know. I'm fucking buzzing for this. I just can't wait to sink my teeth in. And there's different levels to it as well. Okay. Interesting. Alright. So Tesla Tower. What does the Archer Tower look like? Should totally just get a Gatling gun. The first. Okay, that's good. That's good straight away. The first 5G tower produced to destroy orcs. Okay. I like the developers already. You don't have to control it. Just set it up and enjoy the show. The tower attacks monsters passively getting... Oh, so do you have to control things? Arch Tower needs time to reload. The Arch Tower is great for defending your kingdom against waves. Shoots magical shards. Works great against armored. Okay. Flame Tower works great against slow enemies. Place it where the road turns so it does more damage. It's automatic, so it cannot be put in sleep by mages. Oh, okay. So some of the people on the road are going to be able to put like towers to sleep, but the ones that are passive or automated, as they say, I think in terms of these towers, just as a note, because I fucking love games like this, so I'm gonna throw loads of little fucking notes at you. I would create, I guess, statuses or something like that, and maybe either just have them listed as a key somewhere, like a little button, and then just have the different effects, or even just have the symbols and explain what they are here. It's the little description's fun, but I would definitely have, you know, for example, if it's an automated tower, have a little cog inside of the icon, say automated isn't affected, or, you know, this is an autonomous tower not affected by sleep spells and stuff like that, or whatever it might be. Yeah, cool. Rocket launch tower. Deals damage, has a long reload. Lister. Not like the Arch Tower, but has better reach and reloads slower. Probably does more damage, I imagine. Buff Tower. Increase the damage of towers within a certain radius. Use them to do extra damage to enemies. This. Stun Tower. Slows enemies. Place them next to the road. Okay, cool. Then we got loads of different enemies, which we will discover as we play. Upgrades. We need different points for that. We've only got 1 point. We need 15 to upgrade. Okay, so it looks like this is the meta game at the moment. Attack power, range, and speed. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of meta games going purely for percentile increases. I think all it does is kind of drag the game out. Doesn't really add much to the game, but you know, we'll keep going and we'll see what else it has to offer. I definitely just say though that if you're gonna have a meta game over the top of it, I would rather see effects that you could maybe toggle on and off, or just upgrades you could get to towers. You know, so maybe there's an upgrade where let's say Archer Tower, level 3 Archer Towers, they're now wearing earplugs for some reason, you know, whatever it might be. So then when they get to level 3, they're not affected by those sleep effects and so on and so forth. You know, maybe the Ballista Tower, then maybe there could be a passive upgrade where, you know, instead of just doing a flat damage upgrade, having something where maybe the Ballista Tower now shoots and with an explosive head on the end, so then it does AoE damage, stuff like that. But yeah, cool. You might have all that in the game. I haven't even played the game yet. Okay. So select difficulty. Is this okay? We'll just do this for now. I can't. There isn't. Is there? There is no sound. I can't hear any sound. Give orders. I'm gonna put some music on until we hear some sound. Because I can't. Maybe there is no sound. Abyss Protection is primarily a game in the tower defense genre. You act as a king. You must give orders to subordinates to the realm. And okay. Seconds left. Holy shit! Don't get a lot of time. Bank, bomb, royal mint. Okay, so let's hour rotation, fast. Pause. Okay. Oh, so you can just straight up pause. Okay. That's different. I don't know if in an end game you would want to add a pause button, just because that takes away from the pressure a lot of the time in tower defense games. Pausing between waves I get, but in the middle of a wave, especially if you have an ability like bombs and stuff. Fast tower upgrade, fast tower cell. Okay, cool. So how do I purchase a tower? Like that. Oh, the button here. Sweet. Arch tower. So all I have is an arch tower. Put 2 down. 4. Okay, so I can rotate the camera. Yeah, we had loads of people get through to the end. I didn't realize what I was doing. Can I restart? Leave game. I think with upgrades as well, we should, when we're going to go on upgrade, I should be able to see how much I'm actually upgrading. So how much is the damage, fire speed, and attack range going to increase by when I upgrade? It'd be nice to be able to see that, so that I know what I'm spending my money on. Because, yeah, I'd have probably just upgraded that from the get-go if I'd have known. Okay. So the castle's health bar is going down, and that's all. Okay, boom. So, what is this? Yeah, I'd say maybe like little orange bar, maybe an orange number above it or something. It seems very out of the way and down in the right corner. I'd definitely say this is probably one of the most, in terms of everything on my screen at this given moment, this is taking up loads of UI space. This doesn't need to always be on the screen. I understand as a tech demo that you would have it on there. I get this stuff being on the screen. Castle health, to be honest, you could just put that over there, or maybe move this up and out the way. There's a lot going on at the bottom of my screen. Not a lot going on. I'm not going to be here, so you can have a lot of HUD up the top, because I'm not going to be looking at the game like this. I'm looking at the game like this. And all of this HUD at the bottom is all in my way for seeing what I want to see nice and close up. So I would take all of this UI and I would just put it all at the top. But I would probably focus on this. The Archer Tower, you know, this is really important information. I want to see a breakdown of when I upgrade, what am I going to get out of my upgrade? When I go to buy a new tower, I want to see the stats of this tower. Why can't I see the base stats of this tower from the get-go? You know? And when I see it as well, I want a description, not the way that you guys had it in the main menu. I want to see a description of single target damage, fast reload time. Something really short and snappy, so I get an idea of, okay, that's what that one does. You know, and then let's say the flamethrower turret, I don't know, but I assume it's a cone. So I'd say AoE cone, constant damage or periodic, whatever it might be. You know, brief description. This is the most important bit of UI, and it seems like like it's just been shoved in the corner and not being cared about. This is like the most important thing on the screen at any given time. And this is where I'm gonna be looking down here majority of the time. So F is fast upgrade. So how do I upgrade to get better towers? Oh, here we go. No. Look, there we go. So if I hover over this, if I hover over it, it gives me it. But I would that would be so much better if you just had it where, like, this shouldn't disappear. You know, it should be, if I hover on this, it appears here. But I'd move all this up. And maybe have a larger, on the left or the right, a larger drop down for the tower, so we can have more information. So select a tower. Okay, this is cool. I'm going to go for Ballista, because we're really not... Okay, 55 damage. Okay, this is cool. So at the minute, that's doing 38. So... And how much does a Ballista cost? 180? Might be better to just upgrade that. I'll give the Ballista a go, though. It's got decent range and all. Probably plop it there. Need to wait for the points. Oh, look, cobwebbed. Wonder what that does. Can I click on enemies? I can't click on enemies. Okay, so I can't click on enemies either, so I don't know. There's no enemy pop up, and I'm not seeing a pop up anywhere telling me. So that, what is that enemy? I want to know what it is. What does it do? What's its health bar? What's its speed? You know, give me some information that I can work with so that I can... Because that's the thing with tower defense games, is they're always very, you know, it's informational. Raw Mint produces coins after some time. Oh, so you invest. Oh, a free bomb. Yeah, I have a free bomb. Probably wasn't worth it. Allows you to increase your maximum amount of coin. Oh, okay. Get that. Upgrade this. Ooh, double damage. Nice. Another thing I'd like to see as well on this. This is why you need more information here. What's the priority of my Ballista? So does the Ballista prioritize the healthier targets, or is it the same as all the other towers? Does it just attack the one at the front? Does maybe another tower... Oh, wow, that one got destroyed. I didn't realize they could get destroyed. So if they can get destroyed, do they have a health bar? Or... I didn't even see what happened there. Oh, look, there's a mage. Let's get some towers down. I'm just going to spam towers. Probably a bit late there, to be honest. A bomb sort that out? Okay, bombs aren't that strong. Okay. Now, I pick it apart because I love tower defense games. I want to try this again. And I don't know why there's no sound. I don't have any sound at the minute. I don't understand what's happening there, but I'm just going to ignore that. Oh, shit. Now we got scenery. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Okay, so space is pools. Okay, let's have a little bit more of a think about this. I'm not too keen on the angle. I don't know if... Because obviously, I mean, I'm going to assume this is made in Unity. It looks very Unity to me. If we can rotate our camera, the axis of our camera, like, so we can look more down or look more up, would be good. You know, like, these enemies, Goblin, Soldier, I mean, yeah, look. Goblin, I need to see, you know, if you're scaling the health up as time goes on the individual enemies, at least give me an idea of, like, this guy, low health. You know, low health, slow, target, castle. So it only goes for the castle. And then, you know, something like this, medium health, medium speed if it is, target castle, and then wait, where was the bomber? Abyss monkey is a fast soldier. Oh look, I mean it says it in here. Reinforced soldier of the army of the abyss. It's like, I need information though. That's nice and all, but is it fast? Is it slow? And how much health has it got? You know? The Abyss Monkey is a fast soldier of the Abyss. The monkey quickly reaches the target and deals crushing damage to the enemy. Okay, so I don't know. From that, I think this is the bomber. This is the bomber, isn't it? Yeah. This is the guy that blew up my tower. Let me know that he's going to blow up my tower, you know? Let me see this information. If you want it to be a surprise, then hide all of these and let us have to discover the enemy first. Then later we can look at the stats and stuff to do with the enemy. But in terms of tower defense, especially somebody like myself, who I fucking love tower defense games, I'm going to speak on behalf of tower defense lovers. We're really min-maxy. We wanna know all the numbers. If we can, we want to know it. You know, it's not that I don't want it plastered in my face constantly. We don't need a health bar. We don't need like numbers on the health bar of enemies. Don't do that. We don't need constant information in game, but we need a little bar that we can click on that's like, oh, what's that? What's that enemy? I'm gonna quickly look at my enemy bit. You know. So let me just go for an example in here. I mean, oh look, there's a gate here now as well. That's interesting. I wonder what that does. I mean, I'm gonna do this just because I genuinely want this is want this game to do well. So I just want to do something quick. I would move all of this stuff up in the top left. We don't need all of this space being taken up by 3 little buttons. I would ditch. I would honestly ditch the box. Ditch the B, G, and C. Ditch that as well. Leave it as when you hover over it. When you hover over it, it tells you what it is, okay? So then we can just have these. I mean, I would personally have like castle, maybe castle health up here. Have castle health written in the box so it's nice and out of the way. So I just have that there. And then maybe wait, can I do this in paint? Maybe just having, you know, the little abilities that you can have. I mean, this is very poorly done because it's paint. But just having the abilities nice and up there so you can hover on the buttons if you want them. Coins and waves, there's a lot. This takes up a lot of space as well. It's like there's a lot of I think the thing I'm trying to get across with a lot of it is that your game looks beautiful. The game looks beautiful. I love the way that you have this modular system of putting all these randomly generated things together. I can see it working really well, the way everything gets placed. But I think appreciate that by dulling down this really kind of bland UI that's over the top. Don't need the skills written there either. You could literally just have a little bit at the beginning with the little pop-up that just has an arrow that points towards these are your skills. This is where you can buy towers. This is how much, and that's pretty much it. That's all you really needed to let people know. And then, or maybe, you know, point an arrow down here to, you know, you can also pause and speed up and slow down time or whatever. And then we can hover over each one of these buttons and it will tell us what it does and what the key binding is. We don't need the key binding constantly on the screen. Have it if you hover over it. And then when it comes to, so castle health, this is all gone. This is gone now, right? This is all gone. So let me just get red. So this is gone. We've got rid of this. We've got rid of this. We don't need these. They don't need to take up so much screen space. You've got such a beautiful looking game. Don't muddle it up with all this UI. So we whack these up and in the corner, out the way. It doesn't have to be up here, just wherever it is, just out of the way. We can still see it if we need the information in game, but we don't need it so large and it's overcumbersome. Then I think what I would do personally is I would have maybe either side. It doesn't really matter, or even let's work down on the left. Let's work from the left and leave the right side kind of clear. So maybe move this little pause button. You know, there's so much free space in here. Maybe moving this within this top box up here, and extending this even a little bit further to accommodate for this being up here. So let's just say that, you know, that is this section here, because that looks quite empty. Okay, so we've moved that around as well, so we get rid of that. Then what I would do is have maybe oh, that's the wrong one. Then I'd have, let's say, a little pull-out selection, like a bar here, maybe all the way down the screen. Maybe that's still even a bit too much. Maybe just here. And you could even have, you know, ability skills. You could have this within that box. You know, you could have the abilities there, you know, like just a nice little UI on the side of the screen. It's out of the way. It's somewhere that, you know, I mean, it doesn't even have to be this large, but you could have this pop up and have the towers all in here, you know, but don't have the UI just sitting here constantly. Don't just have it sitting there taking up real estate. Have a singular button, so it just ignoring this part of it, ignoring all that. Have this top button that just, when you hover over it, it says towers. You press it, and then this drop down comes, and then every time you select any one of these towers, you could have, let's say, because this is a lot free real estate on the right side of the screen that we've left up. Now what we could do is when you click on any one of these towers, it gives you a description right here of, you know, what, you know, a little picture of the icon of the tower. Then, you know, let's say these are the bars that you have set up in game. This is such a crude example. I'm just trying to do it quickly. So you have the different bars that are set up in game. Obviously, you'll have like the green as you do coming up. But then I would also suggest adding in maybe like an orange or something on the end that, oh, when you upgrade, it goes up by this much. And then when you hover over the actual upgrade, this little orange bit pops up. Maybe some other bits pop up as well. Move the coin. Queen's got something as well. Give you an idea. Tower kills them the best. Yeah, exactly, yeah. So you can get that bit of feedback and information when it comes to enemies and towers, what ones to use in what situation. We want to know the ins and outs of our enemies and our towers and all. Yes, Queen, I imagine you also are very into tower defense as well. You seem invested like me. Move the coins and the waves to the top right corner. Little web. Yeah. It's taking up too much. I'm a towers geek too. Good. I love it. This is perfect. You've come into the right stream. Even if they leave it how it is, at least they can make it transparent and not the black box where you can see through. Yes, that I think that's the big point, is that there's so much negative space here that's taking up real estate on the screen, and it doesn't need to be there. You know, the game itself, in terms of mechanics and things like that, you know what, I'm probably not gonna talk too much about, because that's stuff that will develop the more love you put into the game, the more you wanna, you know, have different variants on the game. I don't know if you're using assets or you have an artist that makes these. Well, you know what, I could check. let's have a look. CEO, programmer, 3D artist, and VFX artist. Yeah, you do have the artists. Okay, so I would definitely look at you know, maybe having some variations to the towers rather than just having that flat statistical boost, so that it adds a little bit more. It's kind of like this. A good way I like to think of, you know, skill trees and upgrades when it comes to games is a good skill tree or a good perk or a good upgrade, whatever it might be. The best ones are ones that make your players play differently. So if you have something that changes the mechanical function of a tower, that either you toggle on and off, or maybe it's just a flat upgrade because it just makes it better, however you want to do it, they're 10 times more interesting, and they offer so much more experience in terms of gameplay when you have those sorts of upgrades compared to when you have normal statistic upgrades. Okay, but going back to the UI down here, I would definitely have all of this here. You know, maybe is this grey box? This could be your buy button. Sorry, upgrade button. That could be your sell button. Boom. It's nice and compact. And then look, you have, so you had this down here. This is so much. This is like kind of what you had there. Obviously, very messy, but you can have more information here, and then you have all of this down here, which is all extra space. Once all this is all gone, because this is gone now as well. Once this is gone, you have so much. This part right here, the kind of like the center to the bottom, is the most important kind of part. You don't want to clutter, especially with the perspective that you have on this game. You don't want to clutter that, because this is where people are gonna look. But underneath here, I mean, you could have anything. You could have a brief. You could have a. Let's just color code it so it makes a bit more sense what I'm saying. You could have a brief description of what the tower is and what it does. You could have like little boxes that just are normally general information that people can look at to briefly understand what the fuck the tower is. So you could have the first one be, let's say, you could say higher, low damage. Maybe it could be attack rate, or something better. Actually, yeah, you know what? This is much better. Target priority. You know, what does this tower target? Are you going to allow us to just change that target priority? Do we need to purchase something? Is it fixed to whatever tower is placed? You know, do we upgrade and eventually get that? You know, what sort of... The target priority is very big in tower defense games. The next one you could have is it single target? Is it AoE? You know, what am I expecting out of this? You know, because if it's high damage and it's single target, I know what I'm going to use that for. I want something to take out the big boys, and I want to know what it's targeting, because I want it to target the people with the most health, or maybe not the most health, but the let's say the maybe the fastest targets, because there are speedy boys that are getting in and blowing my towers up. Maybe I want to put a ballista down to take them out before they can blow any towers up. You know, so I have that option. Or I could use the ballista to take out the big boys. Maybe I use two and they juggle their responsibilities between one another. And then there's a lot more information as well. I can't think at the minute, but there's a bunch you could add in here. And there's still real estate in here for more. So you could even make this smaller and more tucked out of the way, so it's not taking up so much room. But yeah, this is your game is beautiful. Your 3D artists have worked really hard on making these beautiful modular pieces. Let's see your game more. Wait, let me cancel that. Yeah, that's my point. Is just let us see this game more, appreciate it more. And a lot of this stuff we can tuck away, out of the way, nice and neat. There is a level of degree where you just need to let people know where to find the information, you know? So, in terms of the UI sketch I did, keeping things up and in the corner, that little tutorial at the beginning, just be like, this is where the castle health is, this is where the abilities are, this is where towers are. You know, when you click on it, they pop up over here. When you click on a normal tower, maybe you could have it so that when you select the tower, that box appears underneath this one, so people could even compare it, you know? Maybe do that. I think, personally, I wouldn't do that because it takes up so much room. I'd just have this always be whatever you've got selected, whether it be from in here or on the ground. But yeah, that's my basic overall point. Free up all down here. At this point, the money we're getting is slowed down a lot. Oh no, there's another bomber. Oh no, he's gonna get the flamethrower turret. No! No. Oh, it skipped all of them. Oh, okay. So the self-destruct ones, they kind of have a predetermined tower that they're going to go for. But they do prioritize ones closer. Okay. No, he ran over here! He ran over it! He ran over these tiles to get to it. Ah! Fuck! Oh, damn, that's a much bigger range than I thought. Buff damage, 10%. Oh, that's all the goodies as well. It's all the goodies. Okay. Oh, look, here we go. So, plus 0.9. There was another game I wanted to play, and we were on that game for so much longer than I thought we were going to be on. So I don't know how much longer I'll be streaming for. But let's have a little look. Right, so the game I wanted to try out on stream. Close this. I think Zeke will like this game a lot. It is called Despot's Game. Let me change my title.